One who done messed up this time is Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis. And in my opinion, every member of their media, PR's team, crisis strategy, whatever, should be fired immediately. Ashton and Mila just published a 60-second apology video to Ashton Kutcher's Instagram that will go down in history as one of the worst apology videos ever, next to the ukulele or whatever. Sometimes doing nothing is the best strategy, or you could just issue a sincere, heartfelt apology. But anyway, whatever the hell this was, I don't know what you want to call it, but I'm going to share it with you guys. And then I have got some other stuff to share with you guys, so watch it till the end. Actor Danny Masterson, one of the stars of that 70s show, has been in the news recently for some pretty horrific things. Just a few days ago, the word came down that he had not only had been convicted, but was sentenced to 30 years till life in prison for a horrific crime. That 70s show star Danny gets 30 years to life in prison for forcing himself into women. Now, there's a lot of details to this thing. This happened between the years of 2001 and 2003, but the allegations did not come out, so I would say maybe 40 years ago, something like that eventually happened. It got taken to the authorities. There was a trial and actually a mistrial, because a jury could not come to a decision whether he was guilty or innocent, but in this retrial, he has been convicted. That's not really the story though. We've talked about Danny Masterson and some of these allegations and what's happening with that, but after being convicted and made the sentencing hearings were just a few days ago, and some of his Hollywood actor friends decided to say some things about him to show the content of his character, to say that this is the Danny we knew. Please take this into consideration when you decide his overall punishment, like he was innocent after all. And two of those people were Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher, co-stars of that 70s show. Ashton and Mila wrote letters in support of Danny Masterson ahead of sentencing. Kutcher called him a role model. Now, these things happen all the time with friends and family members. When somebody does get convicted, they can write letters. Or they can speak in favor of someone to talk about regardless of the crimes they have been convicted of, what else makes them a person. This is pretty normal. And it is not surprising me that friends would do that, because I would do the same, and I believe you too would do something like this for your friend or your family members. But in this case, for something so horrendous, obviously when it got out that they had wrote letters and the details of those letters came out, people were furious, and it did not take long before Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis have done a very public apology. Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis apologized for letters in support of Danny Masterson. Let's listen to this. We are aware of the pain that has been caused by the character letters that we wrote on behalf of Danny Masterson. We support victims. We have done this historically through our work and will continue to do so in the future. A couple months ago, Danny's family reached out to us and they asked us to write character letters to represent the person that we knew for 25 years, so that the judge could take that into full consideration relative to sentencing, because we're not written to question the legitimacy of the judicial system or the validity of the jury's ruling. They were intended for the judge to reap and not to undermine the testimony of the victims or re-traumatize them in any way. We would never want to do that. We are sorry if that has taken place. Our heart goes out to every single person who's ever been a victim of sexual assault, sexual abuse, or rape. That's what it says. Man, that is so fake and inauthentic. And to be quite honest, pathetic. Listen, if this guy is your friend and you want to write a letter saying, I have known this guy for 25 years. This is all the interactions I've had with him. He's got a child. Think about this. Take this into consideration before you send him to prison for life. Just say it. Danny Master has now been convicted of this crime that happened 20 years ago. That's the bottom line. He's going to prison 30 years to life for an absolutely horrific crime. And so now these letters of support somehow got leaked. out. They're not supposed to be seen by the public. They're just supposed to be for the judge. I don't know how this happened, but you also so rad. And Kitty from that 70s show, they also wrote letters telling who they thought Danny Masterson was. All of this stuff, and I was not really surprised about the initial backlash. People are mad that they wrote letters of character support when it comes to Danny. Hollywood obviously is a degenerate place. We know a lot of disgusting things go down in Hollywood, and it would not surprise me if they did not give a damn at all but to give this super fake apology. Obviously, Danny Masterson, convicted of a horrific crime, going to jail for a very long time, likely the rest of his life, regardless of whatever his Hollywood friends tried to say about him. I do think the case is interesting again. Something happened 20 years ago in a case that the first jury they saw they could not reach a decision. One way or the other, they were deadlocked, so a mistrial happened. But either way, Danny Masterson has been convicted in a court. What do you guys think about this? Let me know in the comments section below. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notification, and share this video out there.